Ladies and gentlemen, so after a pretty interesting crystal opening for Infinity War Iron Man, we managed to snag that boy as a 4-star champion, coming in clutch toward the end of the opening, but we did it, ladies and gentlemen. RNGesus and the power of lots of money, it prevailed in the end. So today, we're going to test out this character initially. We're going to get him all the way up to rank 5. I believe we should have the resources for that, but at the very least it should be 330 or rank 4, but I'm pretty sure it should be rank 5, and then do a little bit of testing with this dude because there is so much depth to this character. So yeah, we're gonna try and get started on that. But yeah, I feel like it's probably gonna take the entire weekend to try and get this this man down to a T, and I do need to do a lot of looking up, a lot of reading, and figuring out what is the best, because I've seen like a great variety of Infinity War Iron Man gameplay videos, and there seems to be quite a few intricate tricks to the way that he works and the timing of his abilities and interactions between them. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a super good Infinity War Iron Man player, if you've already got this dude and you have like a load of pro tips for the character, leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to be reading some of the comments a little bit later. So yeah, if you have the knowledge to help me become less of a scrub, that would certainly be very much appreciated. But anyway, let's go. So we've taken him all the way up to rank 3. I also am aware that I do have a lack of tech as well, so we're gonna have to use some cosmic here, and I do want to avoid using science if possible. So I'm just gonna take out one cosmic. We're gonna go claim a little bit more tech and some more cosmic as well, but it's gonna be a mixture of both tech and cosmic to take this dude up, and we're also going to slap a generic in. Oh, do we have more of those? Was I just scrolled down a little bit too much? Oh, mate, that was an idiot move. Right, let's finish off with a 3K one. Yeah, apparently I just didn't know how to scroll up there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a man of great wisdom there, ladies and gentlemen. Great wisdom. Anyway, let's continue on. Well, this is good. We've just found some more 5K tech ISO, which we apparently had in front of us the whole time. Great times. Great times. So let's go ahead, slap that in, and we're going to go back to the inventory and claim some more tech ISO. You know, I was thinking, like, we ran out of tech ISO pretty fast. Oh, what a muppet, mate. What an absolute muppet. Let's go ahead. Come on. Get him up to rank 4, level 40. Oh, one more. We got one more. Does that tie in pretty perfectly? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Just because we started, fill up that level in the entirety of the next one. So we're going to rank him up one more time. And there we go. I like his little, like, jazz hand repulsor blast move whenever you put some XP into him. That's pretty cool. Let's get some more 5K tech here. Just rows and rows of it, slapping it in all over the place. Okay, is he going to do his jazz hands again? Let's see those for the, maybe penultimate time. We got a little bit more tech. There we go. It's such a weird stance. Oh, mate, I have no idea what this guy's doing. Oh, old Tony Stark, mate. Old Tony Stark. He loves flexing, man. Flexing, showing off those repulsor blasters, which I'm incredibly interested to test out his repulsor blast mechanic in a little bit more detail. Okay, how much XP does that leave? Let's take out a few of those. Claim a couple more 5K cosmic rocks, and there we go. So, you know, it'll work down at the end, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I was going to need to use some cosmic anyway, so why not? Let's go ahead and claim max. Actually, we've got a lot of ISO that's expiring within the next week or so. Might as well chuck that in our inventory. And there we go. Let's put a little bit more tech in, and yeah, a bit overkill there toward the end, but not too bad, man. Okay, that brings Iron Man up to rank 5, level 50. And let's go ahead. We're going to filter by tech, get the 4-star Infinity War Iron Man here, and we're going to use a generic awakening gem on him, just because I don't really have anything else to use it on. I don't know if he's going to be 100% worth the generic yet, but it seems very interesting. So there's signature ability stones as well. We're going to get him up a little bit. I think we'll get him to I mean, I don't really have, like, any other characters that I want to use this on, so I'll take him up to 39 for now. Actually, I didn't mean to take him up to... Oh, okay, one more. Yeah, I accidentally put one more stone in than I intended to. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter too much. If this guy's hype, I might just take him up to dupe level 99 just for the fun of it. So, let's have a look at these base stats. So, as a fully maxed out 4-star, we have about 14,000 health, which is nothing too insane, but it's not super low either, but it is a little bit on the low side there. The attack is 1,273, which is fairly average. However, the crit is 31% crit rating. 185% crit damage. The block proficiency is well above average as well. This is something I've definitely noticed from a lot of the Iron Man Infinity War gameplay that I've seen, is that he's very, very nice blocks and parries, mitigating a ton of damage there. So yeah, there's some very interesting stuff in terms of the base stats. Now the synergies from what I can see, just all about Alliance War defense, what is it, more resistance to power drain, power steal, and power burn, gives vision more power burn damage, which, you know, isn't really anything like too insane there. Iron Man blocking reduces 10% more damage. Might have its circumstantial interactions. I'm not really too sure exactly how that functions. Captain America weakness, fatigue, bleed, and petrify. Oh, that's actually for Iron Man. Iron Man blocking reduces 10% more damage. Yeah, I'm not too sure that's going to be too useful there. And also weakness, fatigue, bleed, and petrify. Debuffs last 15% longer. I don't know about that one. I don't know. Maybe on some of the Captain Americas might have a little bit. You know, it's a nice little bonus there, but nothing too insane. Then we have each active armor effect also increases critical resistance by 12%. I think this is really going to make Infinity War Iron Man and the Black Panthers pretty annoying to fight. I imagine this is going to have the most effect for classic Black Panther and Infinity War Iron Man, but very much Alliance War defense stat boosting synergy there. So a bit of an interesting one there. And also we have with the other Iron Man-esque characters, all teammates recover from armor break up to 10% faster. And I believe this one actually stacks. Is it like per ally or something? You can get it up to like 40% or something like that. So yeah, bit of an interesting one. But yeah, maybe for Alliance War defense as well, to make this guy even more annoying to fight, because that is what I have certainly heard so far. Now, in terms of abilities, man, Iron Man Infinity War, he has a lot going on. The first thing is molecular armor. So he starts the fight with 1 stack. The armor gives him increased critical resistance, and also after achieving 4 stacks of any armor effect, Iron Man has a 100% chance to auto block the next attack and then consume 1 armor effects. So think of it like Medusa's Fury, but instead of the Fury, it's an armor break, so you got to watch out for 4 stacks when you're fighting him. And molecular armor also provides full immunity to both bleed and cold snap effects while active, which means that I believe he's both, Morning Star and also Iceman counter, so a bit interesting there. And molecular armor is gained either when he is striking or being struck, and 24% chance to activate an armor, and it lasts for 8 seconds. So yeah, I think the auto block is going to be relatively rare, but he does have another way to get auto block via his awakened ability as well. So, repulsor attacks. The first medium, the first heavy hit, and the second and fourth light attacks employ point-blank repulsor blasters. Repulsor hits do not make contact and cannot be evaded and deal energy damage instead of physical. So yeah, partial counter there to, on the repulsor hits. Seems like it's going to be quite an effective counter to champions like Nightcrawler, Spider-Man, any evade characters. Repulsor hits that strike an opponent suffering from both shock and incinerate fuse those 2 buffs into a new plasma passive that has the properties of both, and repulsor hits refresh incinerate debuffs and plasma passive on the opponent, but don't refresh shock, so that's something to keep in mind there. And repulsor hits that strike an opponent suffering from shock or plasma effect generate 0 power in the opponent and drain up to 2.5% of their current stored power based on the damage dealt. Now, I think the interesting thing is that the repulsor comes off the first medium and the second light hit, so you can theoretically do something very similar to Dormammu. I haven't seen any gameplay videos of this yet, where you just do a medium light attack, parry, medium light attack, and your opponent will like never gain any power. So yeah, that could be interesting for an interesting way of playing the character to get around all or nothing nodes as well. So yeah, as you can see, there's a little bits of utility, which seems to make him a very, very versatile character. And to add on top of that, we have the heavy attack, which the first repulsor hit has the properties of a repulsor attack and also gives additional attack rating. The second hit employs a hammer arm and gives an armor break, and the third one, if the opponent is regenerating, applies a heal block which lasts for 16 seconds. So you have the same mechanic on the special one, so you counter regeneration there as well if the opponent is regenerating. Each energy projectile has all the properties of a repulsor attack and generates 0 power on the opponent, and and yeah, 100% chance to leave the opponent shocked for 12 seconds, and the shock duration can increase based on how much power the opponent has. Special attack 2 has armor break, then incinerate, which lasts 5 seconds, and if the target does not ignite, they are instead inflicted by armor break, removing 1 armor up and then reducing armor by 20 seconds. Not really a huge amount there. And then finally we have a 34% chance for each active armor break on the opponent to inflict stun for 2.2 seconds as well. So yeah, bit of an interesting one there with the special attack too. Quite a bit going on. And then finally on the special attack 3, 100% chance to inflict armor break on the opponent, removing 1 armor up and then reducing armor by 222 for 3 seconds. So yeah, very, very low armor break there. And then 100% chance to instantly ignite and electrify the target, inflicting a plasma passive that deals, it's roughly about 200%, I believe, or just under 200% of his base attack over 6 seconds. The chance to inflict plasma decreases by 20% for each plasma effect already active on the target. So I think the way to play Infinity War Iron Man is initially use 1 special free, get the plasma up there, and then be very, very quick at playing him using the special 2 to get the incinerate, and then the shock, because you can refresh the incinerate. But yeah, I'm not overly sure, overly confident. I don't believe I have the best knowledge about playing this character, but again, ladies and gentlemen, we learn by doing on this channel, getting out there, making some mistakes. So we are going to do that right now. We're going to jump into a little bit of Act 5. Now, I'm thinking about exactly where we want to go, and I think we'll go for what is it, 1.6 here. And considering when actually playing this character, none of the synergies are going to be too effective, I'm going to just do everything I can to boost up his damage, which essentially is just the standard like X-Men team that we want to go for here. So we're going to get Wolverine, Magneto, Storm and Cyclops in, just to juice this man up as much as possible, because again, you know, going over the synergies, pretty much all of it was related to this character being Alliance War Defender. But yes, I mean, I'm very, very interested. Right, okay, we going for a bit of Infinity War. We got just classic Iron Man first, and then I think we'll go around and fight maybe Quake, Doctor Strange, Daredevil, if it goes that well. And also we can maybe test out, what is it on this fight, the hammer arm heavy attack, try and cancel that regeneration, but that very, very annoying sound effect is still present at the start of the fight, which is a bit of a pain in the butt there. But there we go, let's run a 5 combo. And one of the things I think that becomes apparent about Iron Man's damage from what I've seen so far is just the basic stuff, like, isn't really that impressive or great. Like, for short bursty fights, he's got a very kind of like, what is it, Iceman-esque vibe that kind of makes, I think is to counter the sheer amount of utility that this man has. Alright, so let's copy evade there. We're going to go in for the Plasma Blast. This is the special 3, beating this Iron Man down to a pulp. Feels very smooth to play, actually. And that is a very badass special 3 there. But now we just got to get in and keep hammering away here, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of hammer, mate, let's get it out. Smack this man down. But yeah, you do need to play like incredibly aggressively to keep up that 6-second plasma refresh there. Okay, let's see if we can parry, get the heal block off. I wish it was, I wish the heal block was on the first hit, but in a scenario like Realm of Legends Wolverine, that does make him a character that can potentially sustain that. I'm really interested to see a Realm of Legends Wolverine video, actually. I think that's what we might potentially do a little bit after this one. But as you can see, I think for those shorter fights, like, there isn't anything, like, damage-wise that is impressive at all about Iron Man. I think from what I've seen, now I can't 100% confirm this, but the damage does get better on the longer fights once you can get like multiple stacks of Plasma Blast going and play aggressively enough. However, the practicality of doing that from the average fight, like, I'm still a little bit wary about, you know, how often that's actually going to be useful. But as you can, you know, tell, like, he does have a lot that he brings to the table. But whether or not it's going to be enough to make him a champion that, you know, you want to kind of include in your team and play, like, I think that is a whole nother question. Right, we're going to fire off the special 2 here and see if we can get the what is it? The conversion from the special 1 and special 2. Right, there we go. Is this also going to refresh the incinerate? Oh, awesome, it does. Okay, so now we can apply plasma. And maybe that's more of the way to do it. To get to the special 2. And then those can also also stack as well. What happens when we fire off a special 2 here? Oh, there we go. That does... I think there's a bit of a... you know, when you're firing off another special 2, an opportunity where I think it's likely to potentially fall off. But it's hard to tell until we get this man into some bigger fights. But I'm liking him so far. I mean, the damage in the short fights, you know, it isn't really anything like super special. But at the same time, it's not like complete pillow fists either. It's just very in the middle. But there we go. That double hit as well can potentially be quite nice for scenarios where you are rewarded for like additional hits. What? Did he evade? He evaded one of my repulsor attacks. An attack that is meant to be unevadable. Nice work, mate. Nice work. How the hell did he do that? I'm really confused about the interaction that just happened there. Let's go back and watch that. Try and figure out toward the end of the video. I don't know if this man evaded me. Right, let's go in. Cheeky little 5 combo there. Boosh. Fire off the special 3. Special 3 is pretty badass to see as well. Hammer down. Really? Really? Oh my gosh. Right, okay. There's this character's already broken, man. Already broken. Is it just the first hit there? Cannot be evaded. Don't know, maybe Daredevil's the exception to this, and maybe he's like the absolute what is it, worst character to bring against a Daredevil classic. But yeah, I don't know if it's yeah, I'm not really too sure I can pinpoint the interaction there. Okay, let's bait the special 2. Okay, we're just gonna use 1 hit there to refresh him. Oh wait, we can just what is it? We don't need to worry about power if we just continually do. It's actually power drain him, right? Oh, okay, that's a pretty cool interaction, man. I like that. Interesting. Can we get him to the special 3? Yeah, because as well, you're going to be draining power, providing they have quite a bit of power as well. I'm interested to see how he does it against Doctor Strange, actually. Wonder if we can keep his power below 1 bar? Let's try it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try some power control strats here. That double combo of, like, yeah, I don't think it's... Oh yeah, we're not... Doctor Strange isn't, what is it? Generating anything from being struck, man. But, and also that power drain, like, isn't really, like, seemingly, like, that effective until you get to a decently high level. But there are little nips at his power going, right? Dodge that. Get stuck back in. Fire off this. Not too bad at all. But I think the amount of armor that he has cycling as well may make him a miss when it comes to something like Alliance War, a Mystic Dispersion, and PvP scenarios. You know, man, I feel like his armor up buffs might be, I don't know if they function the same way to other armor up buffs, though. Oh, that block was fantastic as well. But we did lose that. We did lose the plasma there. Right, let's fire this off. Slam him down. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, now we need to play... I'm going to exit out this mission, and we're going to go to another one where hopefully we can just get our Iron Man's health charged up. Actually, should we go for that storm? Yeah, let's go for that storm. Maybe chuck a few health potions in, just because that's a fight where we have the class advantage and see how potentially effective Iron Man's power control is. Or maybe we just want to go for this all-or-nothing Iron Patriot in Road to Labyrinth. Maybe that's the real test, ladies and gentlemen, and we should stop beating around the bush. Ooh, I'm not too sure. I think after this, if this one goes well, then we'll go for that all-or-nothing Iron Patriot. Oh yeah, it's that mid-combo light attack, actually. No, I was, So yeah, it's just, what is it? Just that first medium. It's not like Dormammu, but the first medium's still giving Storm power, though. She's still going across that one. I'm not really too sure if I misread that or something, which I may have done. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about how the because these repulsor hits are still generating power. Oh, that wasn't too bad though, man. The damage with the class advantage feels relatively nice there. But I'm a little bit confused actually, whether or not if I completely misread the abilities, because I did misread the thing. It's actually, yeah, the mid chain light. So it's the second light attack, but I just assumed it was the second one in the combo. So let's go to tech, filter by 4-star character. I just want to read the line about power control just one more time, because I'm getting a tiny bit puzzled here. So, right. Repulse hits that strike. Oh, okay, yeah, I need to, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I understand it now. I forgot it was, the criteria had to be shock or plasma effect already on the target. Okay, that is fairly understandable. So it does take a little bit of getting into the fight before you can actually obtain that level of power control. Interesting one. Or at least you need to get off the special one first. But obviously the special one, you can't refresh the shock from that. So it's going to be a case of getting to the special, yeah, special 2 and special 1 or special 3 if you want that sustainable plasma to get the power control for the remainder of the fight. But hey, not too bad, man, not too bad. And the power, why are we generating so much power on this dude, man? Where's all this crazy power coming from? Certainly not complaining. Something to, I think it might be actually something to do with the armor there. I've definitely misread some of the abilities, man. I need to go back. But ladies and gentlemen, again, if you are a pro Infinity War Iron Man player, leave your corrections to my nudeness in the comment section. That would be very much appreciated. Okay, so you finish on that light one, and that will, yes, not allow Hulkbuster. It's really awesome, actually, the level of power control if you're just doing a standard, like, 5 combo once you get to that level. Just really shuts the opponent down. But whether or not it's kind of quick enough and sustainable enough to be, like, an effective power control for the scenarios you need it, I think is entirely another question. So yeah, I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. Got a fairly open mind so far about Iron Man Infinity War. He is a very obscure and interesting character, and it's hard to gauge the value where we don't seem to have too many other boys like him in the game. But yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad at all. Right, let's go ahead. We're going to exit out here. So, to round off this video, we're going to jump into a little bit of Act 5, Chapter 2, and go in the Collector chapter, because right at the start of this one, you've either got like a right-hand side or a left-hand side. On the left-hand side is actually a really stacked Bane Spider-Man, so we are going to test the effectiveness of Iron Man against him. So, the repulsor attacks are going to be, in the standard 5 combo, we always need to end on a light to get the 4th light one, so it's going to be a combo of medium and then quadruple light, essentially. So yeah, just need to get out of the regular pattern of finishing with light attacks and just end on that standard. Sorry, get out of the pattern of finishing on medium attacks and just end on light. So yeah, let's see what we can do. And he did evade. What is it? The 4th hit there, but we can come in clutch with the 5th one. There we go. Nice little transfer over there as well. Oh, okay. I didn't quite get in there with the right hits. Okay, there we go. Right. I mean, you are still getting evades, but I think the biggest evades that screw you over are the ones on medium attacks, really. So we haven't had any evades where they've been instantly kind of attacked and punished. Now we can, what is it, get the power control off on this dude as well, which does make him significantly less of an annoyance going forward, because look at that, going to be gaining no power. I think, I would be interested. Would Infinity War Iron Man, like Labyrinth of Legends Spider-Man, if you'd have really stacked one, Because, you know, I think the most annoying thing about that Spider-Man, once you really get into the fight, is definitely his special ones. Special ones, once you counter the evade and run out of parries. So as long as you can get rid of his special attacks and remove that guaranteed evade as well, Labyrinth of Legends Spider-Man could be a little bit interesting with this dude. I don't think it would be necessarily a better option than Archangel, but it would work if you're playing at a high level, I would assume. But let's do one more fight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's close this with Angela, because there is role reversal in this chapter. Actually, is there any other exciting fights? So we've got an Iron Patriot there, a Vision there, a Karnak, and if we go here, we have a Juggernaut. So I think actually, you know what, one thing that might be quite curious, you know, I'm curious to see is actually Vision. So if we jump over to Vision right now, we should be able to maybe test some of the power control stuff moving forward. Like, we need to get one stack of Incinerate on him, and we have Transducer here. The Defender rewards more power. Okay, so we get increased power gain on this, which should hopefully allow us to get to the Special 3 much, much faster. So let's see how this works. But we do need to get to the Special 3. What is it? Before 20 seconds have passed, or we lose all of our power. So it's one of those things where we have to play reasonably aggressively now. Actually, I think instead of going to the Special 3, we'll just go a little bit of Special 2 here. Oh no! Actually, can we... Oh no, it's Shock. It's Shock or... Oh, wait. Come on. Please also Power Drain on this Repulsor Blast. No. Oh, that's rubbish, mate. It's rubbish. Yeah, we should have just gone for a Special 3 there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's one of the things about the power control that's... but I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Interesting. Yeah, I think Infinity War Iron Man's interesting character from my first impressions. Not quite as absolutely insane as I might have thought, but it's always one of those things where you have to have the practicality of playing the character. But I do think he's a useful champion for mitigating a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff he does do. Does he do anything effectively enough to, like, really be, like, a meta-defining character? Who knows, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm sure we're going to find out over the next few weeks. But again, this is just my first kind of impressions and time playing the character. I like him. I think he's cool. Doesn't seem to do anything, like, too insane for the general scenario. But I reckon there are going to be fights, matchups, and scenarios where, like, the utility of Iron Man just fits in perfectly with what you're trying to control, what you're trying to achieve in the fight. So yeah, some interesting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But let me know, what do you think of Infinity War Iron Man in the comment section below. Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.